Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and today I'm showing y'all how I created this beautiful, easy, beginner friendly glam. And we're jumping straight into the video. I'm starting this off by cleaning my client's face. Now that her face is all clean, I'm just going to start on her eyebrows. So I'm going in with my Nicka K brow pencil. I believe this one is in the shade Black Brown, and I'm using it to outline her brows. As y'all see, my client has nice brows already. I tell her every time that I love her eyebrows. They're so thick, y'all, and they have a good natural arch on them. So when it comes to doing her brows, it's not too much that I'm going to do as far as filling them in. I did go in and raise her arch a little bit more. Now that her brows have been outlined, I'm going to start filling in all the sparse areas. Once I've made my way to the front of the brows, I like to go in with a lighter shade pencil, and I just do little upward hair-like strokes. This will make it easier to blend into the back. And once I have it filled in to my liking, I just blend everything out with the spoolie end and move on to the other eyebrow. I'm going to be laying her brows down in place using this clear eyelash glue that I got from Shein. Let me know if y'all would like to see a Shein beginner friendly makeup haul, because I get a lot of my products from Shein, y'all. But as you can see, I went in with a generous amount of that glue, and now I'm going in with the spoolie end of my pencil, and I'm just using it to mold the hairs down in place. To clean up her eyebrows, I'm going in with these two Nicka K concealers, and they're in the shades 01 and 07. First, I'm taking the shade 01, and I'm using this to clean up under her arch. Now to clean up the remainder of the way on the top and the bottom of her eyebrows, I'm just going in with the shade 07. As y'all can see, we have her eyebrow looking nice and clean, but y'all know I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so after I clean up the brows, I do like to go in and touch up any areas if needed. So I felt like I could clean up underneath her arch a little bit more, so I'm taking the excess concealer that's left on my palette and I'm just going in and cleaning up the arch. I'm going in with some more of that concealer in the shade 01, and I'm just applying it all over her lids. This is going to act as my eyeshadow base. I'm going in with some of my RCMA no color powder, and I'm going to be applying this throughout the front of her brows to lighten them up. And I'm also using it to set some of the concealer in place. Y'all know this is my girl, so we will be talking and giggling a little bit throughout this video. We kept it at a minimum for us, but I'm just letting y'all know now, we will be talking a little bit throughout this video. But I'm going to start the eyeshadow now, and I'm going in with my Fit Me Press powder in the shade Truffle, and I'm using this as the transition shade. So as you can see, I'm just blending this around her eyes, and I'm using this blending brush from Shop Miss A. I'm going in with a matte white eyeshadow, and I'm using it to highlight the inner corners of her eyes. This next step is optional, but I'm going in with a darker brown eyeshadow shade. It's about 1 or 2 shades darker than the first one that we used, and I'm using it to deepen up her crease a little bit. I didn't want it to be too intense, but I wanted it to be a little bit deeper. And now I'm taking this shimmer eyeshadow shade. This comes from my Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette. I will have the shade name in the description box down below. But as you can see, I'm pressing this all over her lids, and this is a no-cut crease look, so it doesn't have to be neat, it just has to be blended. I'm going to be taking these two pigments and applying them on top of her eyeshadow. First, I'm going in with an adhesive, and I'm using the clear eyelash glue that I told y'all I got from Shein. As you can see, I'm just applying it all over her lids. I'm tapping it on using this eyeshadow brush. And now I'm going in with the pigment, and I'm just pressing it on top of the adhesive. Depending on how you would like the eyes to look, you really don't have to go in with an adhesive. I like to go in with one whenever I want my pigments to look extra sparkly. Like, I really wanted this to pick up nice on camera and in person. I wanted it to be very, very sparkly, almost blinding, which is why I went in with the adhesive. I'm going in with my Wet n Wild black liquid liner, and I decided to do a wing. I'm going in with a dark eyeshadow, and I'm applying it to the edge of the wing to add some depth. This step is also optional. You do not have to do this, but y'all know me. I always got to take it up a notch. I'm going in with my Fenty white liquid liner, and I'm doing an accent line on top of her wing. Now I'm just going back in with my Wet n Wild black liquid liner, and I'm using it to clean up around my accent line. Once I'm finished cleaning up the liner, we'll be moving on to the face, and I went ahead and primed and moisturized her skin off camera. These are the products that I use. I like to use my Pond's moisturizer and my Smashbox photo finish primer. I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and I believe this is in the shade number 3, and I'm using it to kind of balance out her skin before we go into the foundation. Normally I would use a darker shade like the shade number 7, but I wanted to kind of highlight under her foundation this time, so I'm trying a new technique by using this lighter shade, and it came out bomb if I do say so myself. But now I'm just taking my Fit Me foundation, and I believe this is in the shade Spicy Brown. If I'm wrong, I'll try to have the correct shade in the description box down below. But as you can see, I'm just applying this foundation to her face, and I'm pressing it in using this dense foundation brush. I got this brush from Shein, y'all, and I absolutely love it. Okay, look how it's just blending out this foundation. Like, that's what I like right there. That's what I like. I'm going back in with my Nicka K concealer in the shade number 3, and I'm using it to highlight her face. I'm going to blend the concealer out using the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation, just so we can have a nice seamless blend. I'm going to allow the concealer to sit underneath her eyes a little longer and move on to contour. To contour her face, I'm using my Juvia'sPlace foundation stick, and I'll have the shade name in the description box. Now that I've contoured her cheekbones, I'm going to go ahead and sculpt out her nose. I like to go in with whatever excess concealer is left on my brush and use it to further blend out the edges of the contour. I never like for it to look too harsh. Now I'm just going in and cleaning up the edges of her wings. I'm taking a flat brush and I'm using it to blend out the remaining concealer. To set her face in place, I'm going in with my two Morphe loose powders. They're in the shades Banana and Banana Rich. First, I'm going in with the shade Banana Rich because it's darker, and I'm just pressing it into the concealer. Now I'm going in with the loose powder in the shade Banana, and I'm using it to kind of highlight everywhere that we put the other powder. Taking my Black Radiance contour palette in the level light to medium, and I'm using this to set the contoured areas of her face. I do not apply this to her nose, only the areas of her face. So her cheekbones, her jawline, and on the edges of her forehead. I'm taking my Fenty loose powder in the shade Hazelnut, and I'm using it to set the remaining areas of her face. I'm going in with a little bit of blush. I'm using my Juvia'sPlace Saharan blush palette, and I'm taking the orange blush and adding it to the apples of her cheeks. I'm taking some black eyeshadow and I'm applying it to the edge of her waterline. I'm going in with a warm tone brown eyeshadow and I'm smoking out her lower lash line. I'm going back in with my flat brush and I'm using it to dust away all of the powder. Now I'm just going to spray her face in place using my Morphe setting spray. Now I'm just going in with lashes. Y'all already know I love to cut them to fit the eyes off camera, so now I'm just gluing them onto her lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and put her beauty mark back in place. Y'all know I love her little beauty mark. It's in the perfect little spot. And now I'm just going in and I'm highlighting her face using my Bperfect highlighter. Last but not least, it's time to do the lips. So I'm going in with my Ruby Kisses cream foundation and I'm using it to outline her lips. I'm taking a Q-tip and I'm using it to blend out the edges of the liner before we go in with the liquid lipstick. And y'all, I had ran out of disposables and it took a while for them to come because I also ordered them from Shein. So to apply her liquid lipstick, we're going to be using the other end of this Q-tip, and I'm going in with my Absolute New York liquid lipstick, and I believe it's in the shade either terracotta or mink pink, something like that. And as you can see, I applied it to the center of her lips, and now I'm going on top of it with this pale pink lip gloss. This comes from OZ Lab, and I'm gonna have her press her lips together to help me blend everything out. And after she's pressed her lips, I'm going back in with the Q-tip and I'm using it to further blend out the edges. Once everything is blended, that'll be the finished look, and we'll be stepping into the grand reveal. You look so innocent with your bad tail.
I'm not bad.
Okay, ready to see?
Wow, okay. This is cute. This is cute. Y'all should look the look.
Period.
This is cute. I was not expecting this.
Well, good.
They're gonna be mad at me. Don't put her back on there. This is cute. I was not expecting this. You outdid yourself, girl. You outdid. She outdid. You still got to record. She outdid yourself. Oh my.
Okay, queens, as y'all can see by her reaction, this tutorial was another success. I told y'all that's my girl now. We play all day. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Y'all already know that I love this look. And if you love it too, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. A link will be in the description box down below. And stay tuned for my next one. Bye-bye, queens.